Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Optimum Scouting Radio Show. My name is Eric Galko, the Director of Scouting for Optimum Scouting. I'm joined today by former Clemson cornerback Marcus Gilchrist here. Marcus, how you doing today?
Doing good.
Well, good. Well, first thing I want to ask you, Marcus, is as you're preparing for the combine right now, I know you are, and over your career, especially this season, you got a chance to face a lot of very solid NFL draft prospects this year, next year. Guys like Leonard Hankerson, Torrey Smith, Alshon Jeffrey from South Carolina, and Cam Newton from Auburn. What was it like to, just about each and every week in the ACC, face receiver talents and quarterback talents like the guys you face this year?
It's a challenge. One of the reasons why I went to Clemson, because you're going to play this competition day in and day out. Competitors always want to compete against the best. But, overall, I felt like, that's some of the cream of the crop, in the ACC.
Absolutely, and I think sometimes your stats are a little misleading, especially for cornerbacks at times, where guys that aren't really targeted that often don't get a lot of big stats. And for you as well, you only had one interception from this past season, but you had 56 tackles as a senior and 96 as a junior as well. Talk about what your role in that defense was and why you're more prone to get tackles and not interceptions.
I was just a guy that the coach felt like can do anything. I can play nickel, I can play safety, I can play corner. It depends on the scheme of the other team that we were playing. What I was, position I was going to be geared to most that day. So, the scheme is a very good scheme. It's an NFL scheme. So, there's a lot of things that's good about it. And I think it really helped me. It really helped me for this upcoming draft.
Now, as an overall team factor, you guys struggled a little bit this year and had 5 losses by 6 points or less this year, which had to be very frustrating. Talk about how your season went this year and how you reflect on that season as well.
We just take the good with the bad off season. I think as a team we stay positive. Nobody really pointed fingers at each other. Everybody stayed together as a team. We may not have had the outcome we wanted, but I think we fought hard every game.
And how did playing with guys, former Clemson guys now, or guys you played with in college, guys like Creston Butler and Chris Clemens and Hamlin and DeAndre McDaniel this past year, how did playing with those, solid NFL Clemson secondary guys develop you as a player yourself?
You kind of gauge where you are. You can play alongside these guys, and you play with these guys for years, and you kind of gauge yourself to see how far they've made it. You kind of do a kind of comparison, and at the same time, those other guys like Chris Chancellor, Mike Hamlin, and Chris Clemens, guys like that, you kind of learn from because they were there before you, and those guys were very smart, and they knew a lot of things. So, I just kind of took in a lot of things from those guys.
Do you still talk to those guys? Obviously, I imagine you still talk to DeAndre McDaniel a little bit since you just graduated with him, or just left school with him. But do you still talk to other guys as well that are in the NFL right now?
Yeah, of course. I talked to Ricky Sapp yesterday. I talked to Chris Chancellor yesterday. I talked to all the guys. We always keep in touch.
And now kind of moving on to your particular skill set, I want to ask you about your development as a kick returner this year. Really got a chance to shine this year because C.J. Spiller left the program and you were kind of slotted in there as that main return man. Talk about how you think you did as a return man this year and how that asset can help you in the NFL.
I think I did pretty good. It was just one of those things. I've done it in high school. We always had CJ and Kobe, those guys there. I just had to sit and wait my turn. Overall, I feel like I did a good job. I helped the team a lot. Set us up in field position. And not only just me. The guys were fully committed on the kick return team blocking. So I feel like I was very successful in that aspect.
And now, kind of moving on to after your Clemson career, and you were at the Senior Bowl as well. Talk about that experience for you and how you think you did at the Senior Bowl.
That was a good experience. Just another situation where you really could work together with all the great players from different conferences, and you going out there competing in front of college scouts, college coaches, and college GMs. Not college, but pro scouts and pro GMs and pro coaches. And just trying to sell yourself, basically. Going out there playing as hard as you can, showing that you can, compete at the highest level.
And how do you think you did during the week?
Excuse me?
How do you think you did during the week?
I think I did pretty good. I just went out there and gave it my all. What I think is I did good or not really doesn't matter because they gotta judge me and they gotta be the ones to pick me. So from my point of view, I think I went out there and competed.
Okay, and maybe in speaking with NFL teams or based on the system you played at Clemson, do you feel there's any system or any role you can play in the NFL that fits you best?
No, I played in two different systems at Clemson, and I think I was very good at both systems. So I think I can come in, just come in and plug me in where I'll find a way to get it done.
And finally, I want to ask you a little about your combine preparation. First off, where are you training at, and what are your goals right now?
I'm training in Boca Raton, Florida, with Tony Villani. It's called XP. Just working hard. Working on all the things that you gotta get ready for to come up for the combine. 40, broad jump, vertical jump, shuttle. Wonder lick test. All those type of things. So get ready for that.
And obviously, everyone's focused on the 40-yard dash time. Do you have any kind of ballpark area where you think you might run, or you're planning on running, or hoping to run at the combine?
Not really. I'm just, I'm gonna probably just go out there and compete. Just something that I've been doing my whole life. Trying to do the best I can.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as after the combine's over, do you know when the Clemson Pro Day will be?
March 10th.
March 10th. Okay, and are you gonna work out fully at the combine coming up this week or next week as well?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Well, all right, Marcus. Anything else that NFL teams should know about you as the draft process moves forward?
I'm just a guy that puts the work construction hat on, bring my lunch bill every day, day in and day out. So that's about it.
Okay, well, Marcus, thanks again for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Best luck the rest of the draft process, especially this week and next week at the Combine as well. And maybe we'll talk to you again soon.
I appreciate it.
And again, that was Marcus Gilchrist, former cornerback from the University of Clemson, now NFL draft prospect, going to the Combine probably just a few days to work out in front of NFL scouts once again as he did the Senior Bowl. So, again, that was Marcus Gilchrist. My name's Galko, the Director of Scouting for Optimum Scouting. And thanks again for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.